Hi guys, this is Amy with Keto Life. Welcome back to my channel. I feel like it's been a while since I've done a kind of sit and chat with you type of video. I've been doing a lot of recipes and that kind of has consumed my time. But I have, today I wanted to get some videos filmed, some things that are pretty important to my channel and also just some new products that I want to try. So the first thing I want to talk about is, this is, a lot of you have heard about it, the new COPPA or COPPA Children's Protection Act. It's called the U.S. Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, or COPPA. So I'm still trying to figure out what the heck does this all even mean. And so all of this stuff came about when apparently, and I might be getting some of the details wrong, I'm still learning, I'm trying to digest everything, but apparently YouTube was fined a really hefty fine for not, and see, I think this is where it gets interesting. People think that this act is to protect children from what they're seeing. It's more so to prevent companies from advertising to children. I think it's more so about that. It's not so much about protecting what our children are seeing or watching. Because if you search on YouTube, if you type in the wrong thing, you'll get some really, so you would think that they'd be really cracking down on that if they were wanting to protect children. But the truth of it is, this act is, it's to protect their privacy. So the FTC doesn't want YouTube collecting data from what children are watching because they're underage, and they don't want them advertising to those children. So really it's more so about that than I feel that it's more about protecting our children. That's a whole other topic for a whole other video. And so yeah, I'm all about, protecting our children. But if you are curious, what does this mean? Well, if you've noticed, there's certain family channels out there that have had their channels basically shut down. YouTube has turned off their comments section, and it has turned off whether you can like or dislike their video, and it has also demonetized them. So in essence, it's pretty much shutting their whole channel down. But there's a lot of different aspects to all of this, and I think that right now, a lot of us that have YouTube channels are not getting the answers we need. Even YouTube isn't able to totally tell us black and white. So for example, you guys have seen me do videos where I have my children, or usually it's Ava. My son doesn't want to be on camera usually, but so I'll have Ava in the video, or we'll do a fun little tag, Ava and I. Now, so we as the YouTube creators have to decide, is that video made for children? Is that video attracting children to watch it? Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you could say in general, if there's a child in the video at all on the screen, that other children are typically drawn and want to see other children. That's just common sense, right? So, they're leaving that up to us. If we don't check the right box and say, this video was made for children, and they determine that it was made for children, we can get fined $42,000. And I watched one of the other YouTube gurus out there, I can't remember his name, but he was saying that that is not to be taken lightly, that the FTC is looking for somebody to make an example out of. So if you think that your channel is safe, just be careful. Like I'm really worried about it. I don't want my channel to be shut down. I don't want my channel to be demonetized. I'm just finally got monetized. But if they determine that I'm violating that, they'll turn off my comment section, which means no more interaction with all of my subscribers. It'll just basically make this kind of a dead channel, and that doesn't sound fun to me. So they have given us this. Now I got this in my YouTube emails. and I'll just read it. According to the FTC's guidance on COPPA, a video is child-related if, there's two here, children are the primary audience based on the factors described below. Children are not the primary audience, but the video is still directed at children based on the factors below. So we're like, okay, what are the factors? So here's the factors below. Subject matter of the video. For example, educational content for young children. I mean, that's still very vague. That's up to, I mean, YouTube's like worldwide. How do we know from video to video if it's educational for young children? That's pretty vague. Whether children are your intended or actual audience for the video. Again, that's vague. Whether the video includes child actors or models. Actors or models, that's kind of confusing because most of the YouTube channels out there are using your own children. It's not really actors or models, they're life experiences. So that's kind of confusing. Whether the video includes characters, celebrities, or toys that appeal to children, including animated characters or cartoon figures. So what if I'm wearing a t-shirt that has a unicorn on it, or it has something that kids like? I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of a kid myself, so I play video games. What if I'm wearing something that appeals to children? How do I know? How do I make that discernment? Like how, you know, it's still very gray areas. We don't have a lot of information. Whether the language of the video is intended for children to understand. Vague. That's vague. Whether the video includes activities that appeal to children, such as play acting, simple songs or games, or early education. So for me, I'm thinking if I do a cute tag with Ava, that's going to attract other kids. When I did my Halloween tag and we wore silly little Halloween costume things on our head, and I played some Hocus Pocus music, or, you know, we talked about Hocus Pocus, which happens to be a children's movie, you know, things like that. That could be considered intended for children. Whether the video includes songs, like what I just said, stories or poems for children. So again, that's very gray areas because I don't know. That's just vague. Any other information you may have to help determine your video's audience, like empirical evidence of the video's audience. I need an attorney to explain what the heck that means. Okay, it goes on to say, how old is a child? The age of a child in the United States is defined as anyone under the age of 13. So if you're showing off your cute little baby in your video, are they going to ding you for that? It has a child in the video. I mean, from everything I'm getting from this, it's if your video has a child in it, these categories are so vague that I have no idea what to do. I have no idea what to do with my videos that have Ava in them, other than to demonetize them and unlist them, which is what I'm doing for right now. Until we get some more information, until we see what actually happens come December, I forget the date. It's like the first week of December when this is all going to be enforced. And apparently they're going to be looking for people to make examples out of. So it's a little bit stressful. You know, but it talks about, however, the age of a child may be higher in other countries. So they're going to be doing this from country to country. Like, how is this going to all be enforced? This is crazy. What if my content is applicable to a wide audience, but not specifically to children? Okay, this seems like it could maybe explain a little more. It says, note, as a creator, you know your videos and your audience best. Do we? How would we know? I mean, we're on this side of the camera. We're not in their house. We don't really know. And it is your legal responsibility to comply with COPPA and or other applicable laws and designate your content accurately. If you fail to categorize your content correctly, there may be consequences on YouTube. Additionally, there may be legal consequences under the U.S. Children's Online Protection Act or other applicable local laws. So pretty much YouTube got hit hard, and so now YouTube is forced to comply with these laws. It's not that YouTube wants to cancel our channels and delete them and do all that. YouTube doesn't want to lose the money. They were making money off of these channels. So a lot of people are quick to fire at YouTube. They're quick to blame YouTube, but you got to think of it from YouTube's perspective. They're in a corner. I mean, the FTC has come down hard on them. So they really don't have much of a choice until we see what happens with this whole thing. It seems like a huge, giant mess, in my opinion. And until we see what the heck really constitutes content that children would want to watch, we don't know what kids want to watch. Kids can be all over the board with that stuff. So I don't know. I've been watching a lot of the big YouTube gurus out there that have connections with YouTube, and they're even saying this is not to be tread lightly. This is not, nobody's joking around. You need to go through your channel. So one of the recommendations was you can check the box, no, my channel is not intended for children at all. It will set your channel globally that it's not intended for children. But there's going to be like an algorithm, basically, a program that's going to go through channels, and it's going to look for this content that could be interesting to children, and so they could ding you. So and then the other option is to select let me go through every single video and self-designate. So you could do it that way. What I opted to do was say, no, my channel is not meant for children, because I really honestly believe that. My channel is meant for those on a ketogenic journey, mom life. I don't typically show our homeschool in a child's perspective. I do have a separate homeschool channel, but so, and most of the time my kids don't really want to be on my videos. So I haven't had to worry about it too much. But that said, there are videos on my channel that have included my children, my family life. They have included Ava in some of my videos, especially the Keto crate unboxings. I really have fun doing them with her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of my videos, and any videos that have Ava in them or any of my children that are underage. Well, I guess it's just Ava mainly. I'm going to first unlist it, and then I'm also going to demonetize it, and I'm going to mark it. See, this is where I'm torn. Like, I'm scared if I mark it, this one's intended for children, then I'm sort of digging my own grave, you know? Like, it wasn't ever intended for children, but these are so vague. Like, these factors are so vague. I can't look at this and be like, oh yeah, for sure that video will be considered designated for children. I don't have any clear information. So I feel like the only thing I could do is unlist it and demonetize it, because that's what they are going to do anyway if they determine that it's for children. So I'm torn. I want to designate my channel that it is not intended for children, because it isn't. This channel is not. So I don't know, you guys, this is confusing as heck. But yeah, it's kind of sad. It's confusing. I think more than anything, I'm so confused So let me know what you think down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sure there will be more to come on this whole COPPA thing. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.